The backfield. Sean Hill gets some time, and nobody open, and he's brought down by Brandon Graham. First tackle for Brandon Graham in the NFL. Smith, flushed, chased, loses the football, and it's picked up, and it's another turnover, and Quentin Michael is going to run all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. The rookie Brandon Graham.
And 11. Bears must get to the Eagles 43, and Cutler is sacked back at the 37-yard line by the rookie out of Michigan, Brandon Graham.
Route tree. What a throw by Breeze. Back at it again. Lost the football. It's laying right in front of Brandon Graham, who picks it up, and that's a huge turnover forced by the Philadelphia defense. Justin
was the interim head coach at Miami for the last 3 games last year. And third and a long 2. Romo tries to get away and cannot. That is Brandon Graham.
Been scrambling pretty well tonight.
So Ryan's back in the game. 3rd and 15, and Tony under pressure. Maybe they should tighten it up.
Yeah.
Down he goes at the 21-yard line.
Near the 1-yard line. Dalton to throw. Pumps, pulls it down, and goes down. Nice job defensively by Brandon Graham, who's been coming on in recent weeks from that defensive end. Dalton hit. Ball's in the air. Eagles on top of it. Let's see, was it a fumble or not? Brandon Graham knocked it out of there. I think it's Trent Cole on the bottom of the pile. Dalton trying to avoid a 6th sack, but he's not going to be able to. Cox again is there. It is Chiefs out of the shadow of their own goalpost, and he's hit and goes down at the 5. Brandon Graham.
2nd down and 9. Palmer in trouble. Palmer sacked for the 3rd time today. It is Brandon Graham with his 2nd of the season. Eagles decline the penalty. And now Palmer is sacked for the 2nd time today by Brandon Graham. It's the Eagles' 4th sack of the game.
Oh boy, he cocked the arm and almost had it taken away by Brandon Graham, and then Graham gets there for the sack.
Kaepernick keeps it again, and down he goes in the arms of Brandon Graham. And that is sack number 3 today.
Time was going because the Giants took a timeout. And Massiv's going to get sacked, lose the ball for the moment, try to recover it. Brandon Graham
at 6. Texans must get to the 25. Fitzpatrick under pressure, and he's taken down. Ball comes loose. Eagles have it.
Newton gets the snap off. The Eagles bring 5, and Cam lost the football. The Eagles had it, lost it, and who's got it on the... 2nd and 9, and another sack of Newton. This one by the former Michigan Wolverine, Brandon Graham. But that's not. Graham's slow to get up. 20-point game, and Romo is brought down. That's Graham. And this Eagle
Turning over the football.
3rd down and 9. Running for his life is Cousins. And Cousins is going to be tackled. Barwin is walking the tackle back into Manning's face. The sack is credited to Brandon Graham. But right now, Connor Barwin is getting the best of Marshall Newhouse and collapsing the pocket.
Connor Barwin with a power rush. He goes right down the middle of Marshall Newhouse and sacks Eli Manning.
2-minute warning.
Show.
3rd and 14. And it's stripped away, and then Castle's able to recover it. Brandon Graham comes in. Meanwhile, the Cowboys have some work to do in a vital game for them. And the ball is loose, and it's recovered by Dallas. It was stripped away by Brandon Graham, and then the Cowboys wind up controlling it as Zach Martin alertly falls on it at the 11-yard line.
Brandon Graham's doing a number with his hands, getting inside of Tyron Smith here and pulling him back down towards him. That is 2 sacks now that he's caused against Arguably the best left tackle in football.
47. Albert the block at the left tackle. Here comes Cox. Tannehill got away.
Serve, are serving, and those who will serve. Brady sacked back to the 30. This time Brady will not get away from Brandon Graham, and there is a penalty flag.
Starting a deep hole back at their own 8-yard line. Griffin running out of time, lost the ball, recovered it, but inside his own 5-yard line.
Fake to Jeremy Langford. Butler in trouble, and he gets yanked down by Brandon Graham.
They come in on him. This is what you're talking about, Phil. This is what I talked about early in
This game, we've got a fighting chance to win this. No one batted away, but you look at the next 6 opponents will actually include Minnesota. Ryan, pressure up the middle, and he is sacked. He got big pressure up the middle from Cox, but it was Brandon Graham to finish him off.
Ravens start from the 12. Play action. Flacco in trouble. Down he goes inside the 5-yard line. Brandon Graham along with Bo Allen.
season in a 2-minute drive.
Second down and 3. Cousins hit as he throws. Ball is loose. It's Fletcher Cox who takes it in for an Eagles touchdown. /NFL or text Red Cross to 90999 to donate $10. It's Brandon Graham again. His second.
Here's Smith. Has time. Pressure. Standing up and dropped it.
Try to find another hot hand.
Palmer in the pocket. Swallowed up by the Eagles. Back inside the 30.
From behind and in front of him, they wallop Newton back at the 40.
Well, C.J. Beathard and the Niners go back to work, and Beathard is sacked back at the 19-yard line by Brandon Graham.
This defense so exciting.
Prescott. And he'll get taken down at the 15-yard line. Brandon Graham.
So maybe that gets the Bears going. Trubisky in trouble. Graham! Strip sack! Ball is loose! And Chicago.
Yeah, you saw Lacy on the sideline, the former Packer, and Wilson's going to get smothered at the 7-yard line. We were talking about Brandon Graham, and there he is.
Continue to give your defense a chance to win.
3rd and 4. Wilson's going to get swallowed up at the 33-yard line. That's Barnett, the rookie, coming in.
To the man blitz. It's over. Indeed at night. Speaking of blitzing, off the edge comes Brandon Graham. Oh, what a year he's having. Now it is a season out of Michigan. And we check in with Carissa Thompson. 2nd and 2.
Whoa.
Brady gets hit. The ball is out. And Philadelphia has it. Derek Barnett comes away with it. Brandon Graham was one of the guys who got in there. And it's New England's only turnover of the game. And it's the first sack of the game.
Just like the New York Giants back in the day, taking an outside pass rusher in Brandon Graham and putting him inside against the guard, Shaq Mason, pays huge dividends with the first sack fumble of the game. No question, that ball is out.
That stands, absolutely no question. The rookie Barnett, their #1 pick out of Tennessee.
Number 70.
Then last week against the Rams, they just simply couldn't do it.
Pressure on Cousins, and down he goes. It's Graham again. His first of the year.
The quarterback trying to block. Wright gains 34, longest play of the day for the Panthers on offense. Now Newton can't find anyone, and he will be sacked for the 2nd time. Brandon Graham, first one in for the Eagles.
As we go along here, they start from deep in their own territory at the 9-yard line. Prescott in the pocket. for the moment avoided the sack, but not as Brandon Graham is able to get in there. The initial pressure, and then Graham cleans it up at the end.
Changes how you have to play the Cowboys.
And they really needed somebody like him.
Yeah.
Look out. And again, Prescott's going to go down. You got Brandon Graham and Chris Long.
On a touchdown pass in over 3 years. Week 12 of 2015, the last time that Sanchez threw a touchdown pass. And ridden down by Graham. One of the heroes of last year's Super Bowl, all but clinching the game with his strip sack of Tom Brady back then.
Graham just comes up and underneath. He's going against Trent Williams. He goes to the bull, he plays that inside, and then comes back. And when those offensive linemen, they get on different levels, meaning they're not on the same side, and then they cannot pass.
Over 1,000 yards in each of his first 2 years. 9 and change this year, and Trubisky gets taken down in the backfield. Jernigan coming in. Timmy Jernigan along with Brandon Graham.
For the big day today, they've tried to no avail. Third down. Here comes a blitz. Breeze slipped. Ball is loose. Flag 2. Picked up by Philadelphia. Brandon Graham jarred it loose. And the Eagles have it, but let's see what the flag is.
Backside, Brandon Graham. Does that look familiar, Philadelphia fans? Remember the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots? It's the empty hand rule. Drew Brees is not going forward. The hand comes through empty, so that's a fumble. Ball is free. And now the scramble ensues. So here comes Graham again from the backside against Teron Armstead, the all-pro left tackle. Ball's free. Now the scramble. Graham gets
5 of their top 6 quarterbacks injured. The Eagles have the worst pass defense in the NFL. Falk will test it. Here comes Graham. Down goes Falk. Back at the 18. Just the 4th sack by the defense. The veteran at the left guard. 3rd and 6. Falk blocked by Griffin, the tight end. Look out from behind. Brandon Graham comes in, makes the stop. No gain on the play. They get to the 7. And the punting. Luke Falk, crumbling pocket and down with Graham with his 2nd sack today. Brandon Graham.
Third down and 4. Cousins wrapped up. Down he goes. Brandon Graham, career high 3 sacks last week against the Jets.
Pressure is picked up, and Allen is not going far. Brandon Graham, another big play from him today. Trubisky with an empty backfield and a lot of receivers on first down from the 25, nowhere to go, and he's sacked back at the 22-yard line by Brandon Graham. They lose 4 on the first play here.
And it's been a big hallmark of his game. Rashad Penny in the game in the backfield, and they'll fake to him. Wilson pressured, senses, and tripped up. Brandon Graham in hot pursuit. I think he got back to the line, so I don't believe
to be a win, but they're playing better, and their offense can really give you fits.
3rd and long, and it's another sack at the quarterback. Brandon Graham and Malcolm Jenkins met at Russell Wilson.
Play wound up in the bottom of the pile at that tackle. 3rd down, and Jones is buried by Brandon Graham. The leading sack man for the Eagles, 8.5 on the year, and the Giants will punt it.
We'll listen for the from the offensive lineman. Nope, it's quiet. It's a pass. Goff in trouble, and Goff goes down. The sack for Brandon Graham. Welcome back to the lineup for Brandon Graham, the 11th year man out of Michigan.
Little surprise.
Yeah,
here
you're saying maybe would expect them to just take a knee. Instead, Burrow's going to take a shot, and he is sacked. Brandon Graham, 3rd time they've gotten to Burrow. Boyd, 10 catches, 125 yards. 1st and 10 Bengals as Burrow is sacked. And it's Brandon Graham again for Philly. And he has been a beast down the stretch. Brandon Graham has just struck for our defenses.
Ricard, motion man, out of the pistol. Jackson circles, turns the corner, but not a whole lot there on the stumble. And he'll pick up no gain in this 3rd quarter. the pistol. Jackson steps up, avoids it, avoids another, still going. Jackson nearly spun down and finally is finished off. Brandon Graham there defensively for Philly. Well,
Jones in trouble. Ball's knocked out by Graham. And recovered by Philadelphia. As they're going to win the ball game. Graham knocked it out.
Ghost motion here. DiNucci look out from behind, and he gets taken down at the 17. That ball is out as well. And it's Brandon Graham, who comes into the game third in the league in sacks, and he has another. And that's a turnover. So DiNucci from the other side, looking left. Graham comes in from the right, and Philadelphia gets the ball back, leading the Cowboys. Cowboys on top 3-0.
Third down at 4. Dalton chased by Brandon Graham. He takes him down. The Pro Bowler, first time in his 11th season, comes up with the sack, forcing.
That was a key miscue. Goff picks up the dropped snap, and Cox is going to against Maddox. Wentz is looking in that direction. Nothing there, and the pocket collapses. Brandon Graham is there. Another off the play fake. Wentz, another drop back where he has to scramble and move, and that ball may have come out loose. Brandon Graham may have knocked it away, and Philadelphia has taken over inside the 25 of Washington.
Linebackers, right, and that's a mismatch for any offense.
Wentz under pressure. It is another sack, the first of the second half for Philadelphia.
Indy still needs yards for a shot. Ryan is sacked. He got swallowed up at the 33. Brandon Graham. Big time.
3rd and 7. Eagles bring 5. Rodgers in trouble and sacked. Hassan Reddick, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox. Some of the big names up front. All get the big name from the Packers on.
Stout against the run as well. Tannehill pressured, in trouble, and he's sacked again. Number 5 on the day for Philadelphia, and it's Brandon Graham.
Fields has added the running element to it, where he's as dangerous as anybody, still developing in that pocket side of things. Here's Jones, getting sacked by Graham. There are flags down on the snap there. They came flying. And it looks like it's going to go last year to this year, from 4 and 13 to in the playoff pictures. This is a sack from behind by Graham. Ball comes out, and the Eagles have it.
Philadelphia do some things that are out of the ordinary. You know, some turnovers, some negative plays, and we have not seen that at all here today.
We've seen 3 sacks, though, from Brandon Graham. My goodness. 3 sacks on the day, 66 in his 13 years with the Eagles. 2-minute warning. Back to East Rutherford after this.
Pressure. Prescott is sacked. Second one by Philadelphia today. Graham got there, and so did Sue.
Eagles rush 4. Dalton. Sacked. Brandon Graham. New career high, his 10th.
Javon Hardy.
Dalton back at quarterback. He's been really sharp today. He's sacked here. It's Brandon Graham's 2nd of the afternoon. Touchdowns, 1 pick. 1st and 10 here. Climbs the pocket and gets sacked. Brandon Graham. Resurgent year for him. The torn Achilles last year, missed almost the full season, and in his
Real estate is that. First 3rd down of the drive. They're 0 for 3 on 3rd today. Wilson in trouble, and he's sacked. Jordan Davis dropping Zach Wilson at the 24, and the Eagles defense stands tall again.
Well, Jordan Davis and Brandon Graham do an excellent job of handling these games. And now Zach Wilson limping a little bit. after these big guys. Holy smokes, look at Davis. I mean, this guy's just a massive two-gapper up front. He's like a Volkswagen Beetle just parked.
That's pitch and catch on third long.
Most yards he's had in an NFL game. Second-year player. Fourth-round draft pick. Prescott, pressure coming, and he is dropped. Brandon Graham gets home.
Brandon Graham kind of loses a little steam here playing with these other rushers, Hassan Reddick and Sweat, but he can still make critical plays at this stage of his career, and a lot of the pressure has come on Terrence Steele there at right tackle for Dallas. Big moment in the game, and the veteran comes up with a huge sack.
First sack of the half for Philly. Makes it 2nd and 17 with 2:12 to go. Pressure again. Prescott in trouble. Sacked again. But there's a penalty in the secondary, so hang on. Graham and Carter got home.
The emotions of the game right now for the quarterback. You feel the weight of this. Don't try and do too much here. Extend with your legs if you have to, buy time.
Backpedals to the 30. In trouble. He's not going to get away this time. Brandon Graham got to him first.
See what Scrappy brings us as Mayfield is protected, and now time runs out. The Eagles get a sack. Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox. And a time.
Fake to early pressure on Mayfield, and he is drilled. Ball comes out. They say he is down. Brandon Graham got home in his 15th year and still producing.
And this is an important moment for you, really. You can grab this.
Looking to throw, and he is completely smothered.
Off the play fake. Dancing. Look out. Daniel spins. Taken down to the 37-yard line by Brandon Graham. How long have we been talking about him? 15 years in the league. Played at Michigan. #1 draft choice back in 2010. Great career.
Bringing forward. Graham hits Stafford. Brandon Graham, 36 years old, in game 206, more than any Eagle ever, comes up with a sack.
One of my favorite moves from Brandon Graham. Watch the double arm swat straight down, and Warren McClendon had no chance, literally fell on his face in front of him because he was leaning so far forward, and Graham in much the same.
3rd and 8. Pickett in trouble. Pickett sacked by Brandon Graham. His first sack since coming out of retirement early. Pickett is sacked again. And it's Brandon Graham again. Eagles rush only 4 on 3rd down. Mariota still in trouble, and Mariota gets swallowed up. Guess who? It's Brandon Graham making his impact again.